Welcome to Love Science Today, the podcast where we explore modern relationships through psychology, sociology, philosophy, and real human behavior. Here we study attraction, intimacy, boundaries, and emotional safety in the age of digital connection. If you want to understand love on a deeper level, you are in the right place. Let us begin. Have you ever dimmed your own light in a relationship just to keep the peace? Said yes when everything inside screamed no? Ignored that inner voice out of fear of conflict or losing them? That's self-abandonment, repeatedly choosing them over you, sacrificing your needs, boundaries, and true self for love. It starts as devotion, but ends in emptiness, resentment, and feeling utterly lost. Today's episode is titled, Self-Abandonment in Relationships When You Keep Choosing Them Over You. We'll unpack what self-abandonment really looks like, why so many of us fall into this painful pattern, and, most importantly, how to start choosing yourself without losing the connection you crave. If you've ever felt like you're disappearing in your relationships, this one's for you. Stick with me, let's get into it. I want you to think about the last time you wanted to say no, but you heard yourself say yes. Maybe it was about a restaurant choice. Maybe it was about sex. Maybe it was about a boundary you swore you would keep, but the moment they looked disappointed, you folded. You told yourself, it's not a big deal. I'm just being flexible. I'm just being easygoing. But later that night, you felt a heaviness in your chest, a quiet resentment, a feeling of being invisible in your own life. Welcome back to Love Science Today, where we explore the psychology, biology, and philosophy of modern love, so you can stop repeating patterns and start building relationships that respect you. I'm Kahinda Ojo. Today we're unpacking something that most people don't notice until they are completely empty. Self-abandonment. It's not cheating, it's not ghosting, it's not dramatic betrayal. This one happens slowly, quietly. It's when you start shrinking to fit, when you stop voicing your needs because you don't want to be difficult, when you compromise so much that you eventually disappear. And the cruel irony? You do it in the name of love. You think you are being a good partner. But here's the truth. Love that costs you is not love. It is sacrifice masquerading as intimacy. Today we go deep into the fawn response, why we do it, where it begins in childhood, and how to finally stop choosing them over yourself. Let's define it clearly, because self-abandonment often disguises itself as compromise. Compromise is when two people both give a little to meet in the middle, both leave the table feeling heard. Self-abandonment is when one person gives everything to keep the peace, one person leaves the table feeling erased. It is the repeated dismissal, silencing, or betrayal of your own needs, wants, values, or boundaries, often in the service of keeping someone else close. It sounds like, I'm fine, really, when you are devastated. I don't mind, when you hate it. If I ask for more, I'll look needy and they'll leave. And the most dangerous lie of all, if I love them hard enough, if I make myself small enough, they will finally love me back the way I need. Psychologically, this is often linked to the fawn response. We know fight, flight, and freeze. But the fourth trauma response is fawn. Fawning is a survival strategy where you try to appease a threat by being pleasing, helpful, and submissive. If you grew up in a volatile home, you learned that being good kept you safe. But in an adult relationship, this behavior isn't bringing you closer. It breeds resentment, exhaustion, and eventually emotional bankruptcy. You're not loving, you're leaking. Let's look at a case study. Let's talk about Nathan. Nathan is 32. He's an empathetic guy, a fixer, grounded, and kind. He met Aaliyah during a stressful phase in his life. Aaliyah was magnetic. She was ambitious, unpredictable, and exciting. At first, she adored his calmness. She called him her anchor. But slowly, the dynamic shifted. Aaliyah started pulling back. She would get distant or irritable. Nathan's nervous system panicked. He thought, I need to fix this. So he started adapting. When Aaliyah made fun of his sci-fi hobbies, calling them childish, he stopped talking about them. He hid his books. When Aaliyah was late for dinner, again, he swallowed his annoyance and said, no worries, babe. He stopped seeing his friends on Fridays because Aaliyah might want to hang out, and he didn't want to miss the window. He thought he was being a supportive boyfriend. But 6 months in, Nathan woke up one morning and realized he didn't recognize himself. He was anxious all the time. He was resentful. He had become a hollow shell shaped exactly like whatever Aaliyah needed that day. From the outside, he looked like the perfect partner. Inside, he was vanishing. He had abandoned himself to secure an attachment. But the attachment was hollow because Aaliyah wasn't dating Nathan anymore. She was dating a mirror. Why do we do this? Why would we betray the one person we have to live with forever? Ourselves. There are 4 primary drivers. 1. The authenticity versus attachment. Trade-off. Dr. Gabor Mate talks about this brilliantly. As children, we have 2 needs: attachment, survival, and authenticity, being ourselves. If a child has to choose between being themselves and being rejected, or suppressing themselves and being loved, they will choose attachment every time. Survival comes first. If you learn that connection comes when I stop being a burden, you will carry that trade-off into adulthood. 2. Fear of abandonment, pre-rejection. You fear that if you express your true needs, your anger, your sadness, your boundaries, you will be too much and they will leave. So you pre-reject yourself. You abandon yourself first so they don't have the chance to abandon you later. 3. The low-maintenance myth, cultural conditioning. Especially for women, but increasingly for men too, there is a cultural badge of honor for being the cool girl or the easygoing guy. We praise people for being low maintenance, but being low maintenance often means low standards. It means suppressing your humanity to be convenient for someone else. 4th nervous system response. For some of you, conflict registers as life-threatening danger in your body. When you sense tension, your body floods with cortisol. Shrinking, apologizing, and fawning creates immediate, false safety. You self-abandon to regulate your own anxiety, not just to please them. How do you know if you are doing this? It can be subtle. Here are the red flags to watch for in your own behavior. The yes gritting. You say yes, but your jaw is clenched or your stomach drops. The resentment barometer. You feel resentful toward your partner for things they didn't do, but you never ask them to do them. Resentment is almost always a sign of a boundary you failed to set. Chameleoning. You change your opinions, music taste, or mood to match theirs instantly. Justifying poor treatment. You become their defense attorney. Oh, he's just stressed at work. Or, she didn't mean it, she has trauma. Anxiety and peace. You feel more anxious when things are calm because you are waiting for the shoe to drop. You are hyper-vigilant, scanning their face for micro-expressions so you can adjust your behavior to prevent a conflict. If you are working harder to manage their emotions than they are managing their own, you are abandoning yourself. So, how do we stop? How do we come home to ourselves? Here is your 5-step protocol. 1. Name it without shame. First, compassion. Self-abandonment isn't weakness. It was a survival strategy. It kept you safe when you were small. Thank your inner child for trying to protect you. Then say thank you, but this strategy is outdated. I am an adult now. I can survive disapproval. 2. The pause technique. Stop the autopilot yes. When someone asks you for something, or when a decision needs to be made, buy time. Script. Let me think about that and get back to you. This gives you space to check in with your real answer before your people-pleasing programming takes over. 3. Learn to sit with discomfort. This is the hardest part. When you start saying no, or I actually disagree, or I need this, people might not like it. They might be disappointed. They might be annoyed. Let them be. Repeat this mantra. Their disappointment is not my danger. You have to build the muscle of tolerating other people's displeasure without crumbling. 4. Reconnect with your inner compass, the daily audit. You may have forgotten who you are. Start small. Ask yourself daily, what do I want for lunch? Not what do they want. What movie do I want to watch? How does my body feel right now? Make these questions non-negotiable. You are rebuilding the neural pathway to your own preferences. 5. Practice micro acts of self-trust. Don't start with the biggest conflict. Start small. Send the food back if it's cold. Cancel the plan you don't want to go to. Express an opinion that is different from your partner's. Every time you speak up, you are telling your nervous system, I have your back, I will not leave you. I want you to journal on this tonight. When did I first learn that I had to be easy to be loved? In what specific moments do I feel the most unseen in my relationship? And did I speak up in those moments? What boundaries am I afraid to set? And what is the catastrophic story I tell myself about what will happen if I set them? Can I love someone and still choose myself? Visualize what that looks like. I want to leave you with this. You were not born to disappear. You were not created to please at your own expense. You are not too much. You are just tired of being less than in your own life. So today, pause. Check in. What part of you have you been leaving behind to stay in this connection? Go back and get it. It's time to come home to yourself, because the love you deserve should never, ever require your disappearance. This is Love Science Today. I'm Kahinda Ojo. Until next time, love consciously, love courageously, and above all, love yourself enough to stay with you. Thank you for listening to Love Science Today. I hope this episode gave you something meaningful to think about. If you learned something, share it with someone who may benefit. Remember that love is not random. It is a pattern you can understand and choose with intention. Join me again for the next episode as we continue exploring the science and soul of real connection. Stay thoughtful, stay open. Take care of your heart.